Hey everybody, I'm Miss Lynn. I'm a PACE artist here in Lafayette, Louisiana for the PACE program, which is an arts integration program that mixes the arts with classroom curriculum. I'm a movement artist, and so today we are going to use our whole bodies to make our art. And we're brought to you by the Acadiana Center for the Arts and the Lafayette Parish school system. Today we're going to be looking at the earth and the sun and some of the differences between them. We'll use adjectives to describe some of those differences, and then we'll use our bodies to make a sun dance and an earth dance. We'll learn all about how the earth moves in relationship to the sun and how that makes our world perfect for us to live in. Let's start with a warm-up and get our bodies ready to move. Our warm-up today is going to use opposites. Do you know what opposites are? Two words that are opposites mean the completely different thing from one another. Let's do it in movement. That'll be a lot clearer. Let's say I made a very tall shape. The opposite would be, show me what the opposite of this tall shape would be. Okay, so if you made a really short shape, right? That's the opposite of tall. Okay, let's see. What if I make a really short shape? What will you do? What's its opposite? Can you show me? Yeah, it would be a really tall shape. Like that, right? A really tall shape. Good job. What other opposites do we know? What if I made a really, really wide shape? What's the opposite of wide? What would you do? Ooh, would you make a really skinny shape? Yeah? Okay, what if I made a really skinny shape? What would the opposite be? Can you show me? Exactly, you would make a wide shape for the opposite. Good job. All right, let's try another one. What if I came very, very, very near the computer? What would you do? What's the opposite of near? Show me. Yes, you would go really, 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 really far from the computer, right? Awesome. What if I went really far from the computer, as far away as I could be? Show me the opposite of far. Did you go really, 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 really near the computer? Awesome. That would be its opposite. Let's try just a few more. What if I showed you something that was very awake? What would you do? What's the opposite of awake? Can you show me? Yes, the opposite of awake is asleep. Oh, that's so different. What if I showed you asleep like this? Can you show me its opposite? Right. Did you show me awake? That's awesome. A couple more. What if I did something very, very fast? What would you do? What's the opposite of fast? Right, you would move really slowly. What if I moved really slowly? Show me the opposite of this. How would you move? What's the opposite of slow? Are you going really fast? That's awesome. That's the opposite. Okay, last one. Aha, this is an easy one. What if I made a shape that was very big? What would your shape look like? What's the opposite of big? Yes, small, right? You might make a very, very small shape. Good job. What if I went small? What's the opposite of small? Show me. Yeah, big. Good job. So that's all about opposites. You know, the sun and the earth are opposites in lots of ways. If we look at pictures of them, that could help us figure out how they're different. So in a minute, we'll look at some really great pictures of the sun and the earth, and we'll use adjectives to describe them. Adjectives are a kind of word that answer the question, what kind? Let's look at the sun first. What are some adjectives we might use to describe the sun? We could say, wow, the sun is really, and when we fill in that blank, that would be an adjective. What would you say? The sun is really, I'm going to use the adjective hot. Did you say hot? We see from the photograph that the sun looks like it's on fire, right? It's all yellow and orange. That would make it really, really hot. That could be our first adjective. Ooh, I just thought of another one. The sun is fiery. Fiery, that's another adjective. It describes the sun. When we look at the sun, it looks like it's nothing but fire, right? So we're going to describe it as fiery. It's really hot. Okay, what else comes from the sun besides all that heat? When you go outside, is it light or dark when the sun is in our sky? It's really light, right? And you can see it in the picture. We could say the sun is really, really bright. Okay, I'm gonna add one more. The sun is really powerful. Powerful. Did you know that the sun is 93 million miles from Earth? And its light travels those 93 million miles in only 8 minutes to get to us. That light has to be really fast and really powerful to reach all the way to Earth and be as bright as it is, right? Oh, there's one more adjective. We just said the sun is 93 million miles from Earth. Is that near or far? That's really far, right? That's another adjective. All right, let's take a look at all of those different sun adjectives and put them into movement. I decided to wear a red shirt since we are going to do all of our sun adjectives. It felt more like the sun. So if you want to do that, you can. You don't have to. Let's check out our adjectives. The first adjective we said was hot. The sun was really, really hot. How would you show me that you are hot? Sometimes I see this, right? My favorite way of showing hot is to do something like this. That really seems like we're creating some heat that way. You want to try it? Yeah. All right. The next adjective was fiery. How would you show me your sun is fiery? I'm going to start having flames that come up the sides and reach up all over. That's my fiery movement. All right, you want to try it? Fiery. Good job. All right, our next adjective was bright. How would you show me that your sun is bright? Could be like that, right? Could be like this. You could shine in all directions, even shining down, right? So show me your favorite kind of bright movement. Okay, great. Our next adjective that we found for the sun was that it is powerful. Remember, it has to shine so strongly to reach the light all the way to Earth. So show me some movements that are powerful. Yeah, there could be so many. We could do powerful, like that. Powerful, like that. Powerful, right? Show me your 3 favorite powerful movements. Here we go. Powerful, powerful, powerful. All right. Okay. Oh, and our last adjective was far, because the sun is so far from the earth. Can you show me far? We did that one before, right? Just as far as we can be from the computer. All right. So we made a whole bunch of great sun movements using our adjectives. We could put some together to actually make a sun dance, okay? So when you make a dance, you actually want to put movements together in a certain order that you think makes sense. You want to practice them the way that you put them together and then perform them. So that's what we'll do next. So maybe we should choose our 3 favorite adjectives and make movements for that and then put them together. Let's see. I think my very favorite is probably fiery. So I kind of want to start with that. Let's see. So we might have fiery, 2, 3, 4. Everything's going to be in 4s, okay? And then maybe we do bright, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe powerful, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And then that could be our whole dance. You want to try it? All right. I have some music that has a really strong drum beat, and I thought that might be fun to use. Let's try it, and we'll see what happens. Hear that? That's what we're going to use, the drum beat. We'll start fiery. Here we go. Right into bright. Right into powerful. Very good. That was a sun dance. We use so many great adjectives to make our sun dance. And you could make your own sun dance. If your favorite adjectives were 3 different ones, you just make movements for those different adjectives. You can do that on your own anytime you like. Next, I thought we would look at the earth. Here is a picture of the earth. I know we're going to see lots of opposites here. What do you see right away? How can you use adjectives to describe some of the things on earth that are opposites to what we saw in the sun? The first thing I notice is the color. Is it the same color as the sun or different? Really different, right? What is all that blue stuff we see? Water, right. So is Earth fiery like the sun? No, right? It is watery. That's our adjective. Watery is the opposite of fiery. Let's see. We also said the sun was really, really hot. Is the earth the same or different? It looks really different, right? What's the opposite of hot? What could we say? The earth is really cool or cold, right? Compared to the sun, the earth is actually very, very cool. Let's think about that for a second. Could we live on the sun? No, it's too hot. We'd burn right up. But can we live on the earth? Well, yes, because it's nice and cool. You know, the only reason the earth is warm enough for us to live here is because the sun shines on us. Without the sun, Earth would actually be a big, huge block of ice. Ooh, that reminds me. The sun also gives us light. We said it was very, very bright. What adjective would be the opposite of bright? Dark, right? The earth on its own would be completely dark. And the last thing we said about the sun was that it was really, really far from us. We used the adjective far. What's our relationship to the earth? Is earth really far from us? No, right? We walk on it every day. It is very, very near or close. All right, that's a lot of great adjectives for the earth. It's time to put all of our earth adjectives to movement. I put back on my blue shirt since we're going to be the earth now. One thing to think about is that when we were the sun, we stayed in one place, right? Well, the earth doesn't stay in one place. You guys might already know this. The earth actually makes what's called an orbit, which means it moves in a circle around the sun. So when we do our earth movements, we're always going to do them by orbiting as we do our adjectives, okay? I have a lamp we could use as the sun. I'm just gonna move that over, and then I can orbit around it. You can put anything in the center. You could put a chair there. You could put just a yellow t-shirt to be the sun, and anything that you can walk around so we can orbit together. Okay? Our first adjective was watery. Remember, the earth was so blue, it was watery. Can you be watery as you orbit around the earth? Let's try it. When I'm watering, I sort of move like water. So let's try to move in a watery way as we orbit around the earth. Yes? There we go. Let's try it one more time. Try it with me. Be watery as you go around the sun. There we go. We were watery earths. All right, what was our next adjective? We talked about how without the sun, the earth would be so cold. Can you be cold as you orbit around the sun? Let's be earths that are cold. Oh my gosh, I'm shivering as I go in my orbit around the sun. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's so cold. Try it one more time. Here we go. Cold is our adjective for our earth. We are cold earths. All right, good job. Let's see. Ooh, we could kind of put those together. Cold and watery. If it were really cold and it were raining, what would the rain turn into? Snow. Could we be snowy earths? Let's try it. So how do we be snowy as we orbit around? Can you be a snowy earth? Right? The snow starts up here and it goes down. We're snowy as we make our orbit. That's a snowy kind of earth. Another great adjective. Let's see, what else did we have? Ooh, we said the earth was dark. Without the sun, it would be dark. When I'm in class, a lot of my students do dark like this. They cover their eyes and they orbit around the sun. So you can try that if you want, and we'll be dark earths. We are dark earths. Yeah? All right, very good. So we are ready to make an earth dance next. Actually, I have one more picture I want you guys to see before we make our earth dance. It has to do with size. Here's the picture. Do you see a difference in size between the earth and the sun? What adjective could we use to describe it? The sun is really big, right? And the earth is very small. And that is true. Did you know that it would take 1 million earths to fit into one sun. So the Earth is actually a lot smaller than the sun. We could put that into our movement too, right? Let's try that. So if we were a small Earth and we made an orbit around the sun, what would that look like? Can you be a small Earth as you go around the sun? Here, I'll move it down so you could see. Usually my students get very small and they orbit their way around the sun. If you want to try that, you can. Orbit all the way around the sun as a small Earth. All right, that's our last adjective for Earth. And now we really are ready to make our Earth dance. We'll do our Earth dance the same way we did our sun dance. We'll choose 3 different adjectives and we'll put them together to make an Earth dance. So when you are all done with this video, you can choose your own 3 favorite adjectives. If you want to use mine just right now while I'm making my dance, you are welcome to do that. But then if you have other adjectives you really want to use, please do that after, okay? So my favorite adjectives for the Earth are probably watery, cold, and snowy. So we're going to put those together. So we're going to start right in front of our sun. And the first thing we're going to do is watery. We're also going to use 4 counts. The music we used before actually has a second melody in it that's like a flute sound, and that's what we'll use for that. But let's practice first. So we have a watery Earth. Here we go, being watery. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? We might need 8 counts. We'll see what the music says. What did we say was next? Cold. Can you be a cold Earth? Oh my goodness. 3, 4, be really cold. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And now snowy. Start up high and snow. 2, 3, 4, again. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, that'll be our dance. Let's try it with some music. Ooh, that was the drum beat for the sun, right? Let's wait till the flute starts. There it is. Remember, watery, then cold, then snowy. Here we go with watery. Be a watery Earth. Ready for cold. Here we go. Oh, it's so cold. Ready for snowy. We're going slowly. Still being snowy. Very good, you guys. We made an Earth dance. One thing I want to say is that we had to go really slowly because the Earth moves really slowly. You know, it takes a whole year for the Earth to travel one time around the sun. So it made sense that we were moving really slowly. Good job. So our Earth dance ended up being very different from our sun dance, right? And that's because the Earth and the sun are so different. We said they were opposites in lots of ways, right? So what we're going to do next is one little last part where I want to show you another relationship that the sun has with the Earth. One of our relationships we showed already is that the Earth goes around the sun, right? When we were orbiting around the sun, that's a relationship. The sun is in the middle and the Earth goes around. That's a relationship, all right? Another really important thing about how the Earth moves around the sun is that not only does it orbit or revolve around the sun, but it also rotates or spins around as it goes. So I'm going to show you that next, and you can do it with me, and then you can take some time and figure it out for yourself if you need to. It's a little bit tricky, but it's pretty cool. So if I were the Earth, and this right here is the sun. I turned on my lamp so it's glowing. What we said was that the Earth orbits around the sun. So we know already that it walks around the sun, right? Okay, now the second thing we said, it spins as it orbits. This is really cool. So I'm going to make the state of Louisiana. You see that? I'm going to put Louisiana on my belly. Okay? So if we pretend that I am the Earth and this part of me is Louisiana, all right, you can see as I spin around, sometimes I'm facing the sun and sometimes I'm facing away, right? I'm going to turn out the light so we can see it even better, okay? So, here we go. Watch what happens to Louisiana. So right here, is Louisiana seeing the sunlight? No, right? Louisiana is facing away from the sun. Watch and see if you can tell me when Louisiana starts to see the sun again. Can you see that? Wow, Louisiana can totally see all that sunlight. So what do you think? Is Louisiana having day or night? Day, right? If you can see the sun, it's daytime. But watch this. The sun never stops shining, but the Earth turns. So now Louisiana was away from the sun. Look, now it's coming back around. So here's daytime. What is it when Louisiana turns away from the sun? Louisiana is looking at total darkness. Is it night or day now? Night, right? So if you want to make your belly where you live on Earth and make yourself a sun in the middle that you can orbit around, and we will go around the sun and rotate or spin so we can show night and day. All right? So you can do it with me. So here you go. You can say night, right? Day, and night, and day, and night, and day, and night, and day. There it is. I'm going to put some music to it, and we will do it. If you want to take a minute and make yourself some kind of sun, again, it could just be a chair or something yellow you put on the floor. As long as you can go around it and be the Earth, that will work great. We're going to use a famous piece of music made by Ludwig van Beethoven called Moonlight Sonata, because it sounds to me like the music that would make the Earth spin as it orbits. All right? Let's hear it. Try it with me if you're ready. So first we're going to start in daytime. See how Louisiana can see the sun? Here we go. Spinning as we orbit. trading having your back to the sun and your belly to the sun. And if you want, you can add in what kind of earth you are. Remember, you could be watery, or you could be snowy, but still remember to rotate. I'm going to stop right there. Good job, you guys. Awesome. Another fun thing you could do if you have a friend at home who's willing to play, one person can be the sun shining out in all directions, and the other person can be the earth going around the sun. So you can play with that too if you want. Sometimes in my classes I give my son flashlights so they can really shine on the earth's belly as the earth goes around. So you can try that. So that's all we have for today, guys. We'll be posting a new lesson every day at 10 o'clock a.m. on the Acadiana Center for the Arts YouTube channel for kindergarten, first, and second grades, each one tied to the academic curriculum. You can also get these lessons on AOC as part of the Learn United program, which is accessible on AOC, on Cox Channel 16 or LSU Channel 4. Kindergarten lessons go on at 8 o'clock in the morning, and first and second grade lessons at 9 o'clock. Of course, some lessons will be in visual art and some in creative movement. So be sure to come back and make art with us tomorrow. If you're interested in supporting programs like this, you can visit the Acadiana Center for the Arts.org, which is the nonprofit who manages the PACE program. Please spread the word, share our videos, and keep making art. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks so much for pretending to be the sun and the earth with me.